Once we do the self-massage, once we open up our own body's flows and get comfortable with ourselves, we can move fluidly inside our own field. Our field goes out as far as our wrist cross. So we go around our body in different ways, but at least out to where our wrist cross, that's our field. We want to build that area up before that area, and we include our clients, include our patients with us, include the people that we work with us inside our field. But for ourselves, we want to feel that field. Feel your middle fingers. It just lines up with your solar plexus. And that just allows you to get this centering movement that when I start to work with my clients, I start going to a movement called the infinity sign, like a horizontal figure eight. So I'm turning around my middle finger, I'm turning around my elbows, my knees, so I can move from a point, a little bit higher point, so I can move with my client, the interactive point here. So sometimes my hands will go all around and all around. You know, my thumbs can lead, but I'm holding between my hands my attention, and I can get more and more alive. I can feel the flow of chi. I can feel vibration. I feel energy between my hands just by doing this energy, moving from the solar plexus, our live. It's like a part of us that's a tree, the wood energy. And then we go in the other direction. Get it at least 5 times on each side. And it feels different when I let the little finger lead, my attention goes out. I expand my field. I'm opening up. I'm including nature. I'm including my yard. I'm including everything around me. After 4 or 5 times, I come back again and I hold my focus, hold my attention, just to feel where my feet are. I roll from heel, ball of foot, I move, rolling, just gently rolling. We're going to do 4 exercises that help with our meridians and help with our body as we practice. There, sometimes I call them the crane, and the snake creeps down the tree, and a diagonally flying crane, and a fair lady working at the loom. These are some of the names, but they also have names like a dragon rising from the sea. So I'll mention these different names for the different ones. This first one, we gather all of our attention together, and we let it flow into us and seeks our deepest center all the way down, the base of our being. And then we inhale. As we inhale, it's like a bird taking flight. My elbow comes out, my knee comes up. I extend my wings, I fly, and I come down. I rise, I drop down, I separate. The heel comes up to the knee and I sweep, and I come down. I rise, gather all the yin energy in, and I exhale down, focusing all my yang energy, and then I become active, heel, and I fly. One more, I curl the fingers in, I press the hands out like a diamond, I pull, and I extend, and then I come back down. I curl in, I pull off, I extend, and then I come down. So the hands can make this flower, this lotus flower. It helps my fingers, helps my hands stay more flexible as I work with people. From the flower at the solar plexus, it becomes a star, a focus. It goes well above my head. So it opens up all of my circulation. From there, we do a movement called the snake creeps down. My knuckles go into the area of my lumbar back, right between each of the vertebrae. My other hand goes down the inside of the thigh, all the way down like a tree going down, the roots, and a snake cooling down into the water, and then rising up to the nose, the neck, the armpit, and the small of the back. I exhale down, the water flows. I rise up to the fire of the head, into the wind and the air of the neck and the lungs, into the wood, the liver, into the back, the earth, and I drop down below the earth into the water. Turn around and come into the nose, the neck, the armpit, and the small of the back. But I exhale and inhale to the nose, the neck, the armpit, and the small of the back bit. Hold that chi ball, hold that chi ball. We're always taking in energy and shaping it, working with it. Our ring finger brings things into our navel, to our earth, our stomach. Helps us to process the world, takes in energy that we then use for other reasons. It helps us to feel. So this is part of a movement as we go from one place to another. We say the bird flies through the air, type of metal energy, like how we breathe. But I can feel my hands. And then when they separate, I can go wide as the horizon. And then I come back down like a bird diving into the sea. And then the bird flies off to the horizon and comes back down, diving right into the middle of the sea. Flying diagonally. Come back down right into the middle of the sea. Hip and shoulder. And I extend far. Rise up and dive down the middle and fly off to the side. After I do that, I turn 90 degrees all the way around, up above and drop down all the way around. I come up and drop down. From there, then after I've flown, I put things places. The fair lady works at the loom, making tapestries, making things happen. My wrists rise. My wrists rise. I turn. My wrists rise, and I turn out. One hand goes up 45 degrees, holding up a branch. I turn and reach for a fruit. I curl my little finger up. I curl around the fruit. I shift my weight back, and I bring the fruit down to my opposite side, drop it into a bag. My wrist rises. I reach towards my elbow. I curl around the fruit, and I drop the hands down. I lift up the branch, my hands 45 degrees above the eyes. I reach out, around. I curl the hands, and I shift my weight as I twist the hands down. I lift the wrist, I push towards the elbow, I go around the corner. I twist the hands in, and I drop down. One more, come way up, go way back, drop way down. Around, the wrist comes up. I reach and push and pull, coming around and down. So if I always think of my body as having a field that I can fill, and when I go to sleep, maybe I'll sink deeper inside, go all the way back to my heels, all the way back into my spine. As I wake up, I go from the spine, the water element, to all my muscles. I can feel the energy of my nervous system, my aliveness, my senses. I can breathe. And I can feel the warmth all around. I can feel my interaction, the fire. So we want to go back and forth. So we just do very simple movements. Sometimes I bring the hands up, and I bring the hands down. The simplest exercises is just as in and out movements. We're doing the 4 Tai Chi exercises of the crane spreading its wing, the crane spreading its wing, the snake creeps down the tree, the snake creeps down, comes up to the nose, the neck, the armpit, the small of the back. I hold the chi ball and I fly. Come down the midline and I fly. I come down the midline. My wrist comes up. I turn. I reach for the fruit. I sit back and drop it into my bag. My wrist comes up. I reach for the fruit and I come back. I feel. I hold. Sometimes just lifting up the thumbs brings you back into what we call an earth stance, from holding and allowing my body to digest what I've heard, what I've done, and just that simple figure 8 again. I let my thumbs lead as like I'm gathering. Figure 8, but gathering. And then I've gathered, and then I can distribute. My little finger spreads around, the water flows everywhere. Now I'm expanding, my whole field spreads out. So doing these few flu exercises will help your energy become more aware to you, become more sensitive, you'll be more aware of your own fields.